apparently, I guess Amaranth did some kind of, like, massive fight with her husband on stream or something, and it was, like, all fake. Shocking, I know. Uh, but I'm kind of curious what's going on, what happened with this. Because my curiosity is this going to kind of tail into the supposed robbery? Is it like if that if Brig and I turn them off during reacts. So no, JRC, because Jackass Dumbass is he's a dead end now. He's unless he does something that puts him in jail, he's a dead end at this point. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Apparently, the only thing I know is apparently she had like a 20-hour fight on stream with her husband. Like they basically streamed themselves fighting with each other for like 20 fucking hours. But I think it may have been fake. I don't know. So I'm curious. So let's find out.
Amaranth is back in the news. Apparently, she has called the police on her husband and has been arguing with him for 24 hours straight, resulting in some pretty insane clips. Now, if you don't know who she is, she's an OnlyFans Twitch streamer and a pioneer of several metas on Twitch, which involves skirting past the rules and trying to advertise her OnlyFans. Now, Twitch is supposed to be a gaming website that is 13 plus, not 18 plus, so you end up advertising to a bunch of kids as well, which personally I find a little disgusting. Now, last time we talked about her, she had this drama where she came out and said that her husband is very abusive, and her husband is actually the one who forced her to do OnlyFans. Apparently, she never wanted to sell her-
Okay, that was a while ago, wasn't it? If memory serves, her coming out and saying that her husband was abusive to her, that was a while ago. To my memory, like a couple years ago, like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, is when she made this, when she like said that her husband abused her and he was like kicking in her door or something like that. Yeah. And then in between that big old thing was the robbery, which I never heard anything else about the robbery. She's claiming she got robbed and never heard a fucking thing after her about it. Not a thing. And now we're into she's fighting with hubby on stream. Okay, so David, Amaranth is basically an OF girl who sidelines on, I think she's on Kick now. I don't know if she's actually on Twitch. I think she might be. I can't remember if she's still on Twitch or if she moved 100% to Kick or not. And a couple years ago, she markets her tits. That is her whole market. Is she basically just shows off her tits and shakes her ass on camera, and her literal simps will throw thousands of dollars at her. She's basically become a millionaire by shaking her ass and shaking her tits on stream. That's it. That is literally all Amaranth is. And a couple of years ago, she said that her husband was abusing her and forcing her to stream or forcing her to do OF. And there was a big old thing about that. And then a few months ago, she supposedly got robbed. Like 3 guys supposedly broke into her home and tried to force her to give them her crypto. And like there was like a quick flash in the pan thing about that. I've not heard anything else about that. And now she's blown up because apparently she fought with her husband for at least 24 hours live on stream. That's the quick and dirty of this.
Her body online, and it was this big bad husband who actually made her do all of this. So she started crying on stream, and then she did the infamous Dobby is free clip, and basically the entire internet immediately believed her. Here's a quick recap.
Multi-millions of dollars. You want to burn it all to the ground because you're a chore. Whine about it. I don't give a f anymore. I'd rather be broke again and deal with this shit anymore. And I don't have to wear cleavage every day. I can wear clothes. Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
Is someone who I've called one of the hardest working humans on all of Twitch for years now. You should also support Amaranth as a victim. And there are a few
Oh.
people online who are taking the situation to shit on ammo, and I think that's just fucking dumb, to be honest.
Right.
That did not age well. Considering how long after she did the Dobby is free, did she go right back to wearing plunging neckline tops and skin-tight yoga pants to show off her ass so she could do like Dance Dance Revolution or something on stream and shake her tits and shake her ass? Yeah, gamer, this did not age well.
So after being freed like Dobby from Harry Potter, apparently, by separating or divorcing her husband, she actually went back to the naked streams just weeks later, completely of her own free will. Almost like she wanted to do this the entire time.
Yeah.
Anyways, after that, pretty much everybody realized...
Not okay, I'm gonna offer a correction, and yes, I'm pausing a lot. Not like she wanted to do this on her own free will. She knows where her fucking bread is buttered. She knows that the only reason she's getting money from her Twitch stream is because of her tits and because of her ass. She knows where the money is. It's not like, I want to be able to dress like a normal person. No, you choose to dress the way you do because that's what actually brings in money. And you like living the millionaire lifestyle. Let's not fuck with this.
That she was just manipulating people and basically lying. And that brings us to a couple months ago where Amaranth was robbed at gunpoint. They wanted her crypto money, and her husband...
We're getting some extra footage that we didn't see before. Oh, fucking K. Here we go. By the way, Durgerham Lincoln, thank you for the follow, by the way.
A couple months ago where Amaranth was robbed at gunpoint. They wanted her crypto...
This is her house? Oh my god, this is the inside of her home? Holy fuck, she lives like not burgled, dreamer, robbed. Burgled is known as at home at the time. She actually got robbed. But holy fuck, they live like slobs. What the fuck is this? What is all this shit just everywhere? Good question. Wow, that like shit is just all over the place here. This is insane.
Crypto money, and her husband ended up saving her life by shooting the assailants.
It's a night of sheer terror as a woman is brutally assaulted by 3 masked home invaders. She's internet personality Caitlin Saragusa, known to her millions of fans as Amaranth.
It's in here.
She brings them across a courtyard to another building in their compound where there is a surprise waiting for them. Caitlin's husband, Nick, is watching the drama unfold on security cameras. He was armed and ready at the top of the staircase. At the sound of gunfire, they run for their lives.
And that brings us to today, where she has had a very public meltdown with her husband. And apparently this is the same husband who forced her to do OnlyFans and she apparently broke up with, and now she's back with him for some reason. I don't really trust anybody here, but let's go over the story. Starting with...
Yeah, don't forget, she was free of him, chat. She was free!
This clip, Amaranth is seemingly accusing her husband of wanting to have her killed after a 12+ hour argument. It all started when the husband complained about dog chores and quickly spiraled into a massive on-stream airing out of their dirty laundry that seemingly has no end.
When this fight started till now as today, you said you were unhappy long before I ever said, you know what, I could see it if you did want me killed. I could see that. You said you were unhappy before, so you're not trying to act like
say I'm unhappy and that means I have you plotted a kill?
No! It's me thinking about all the shitty things you say to me. Like the last time we argued, you said, I wish I hadn't saved you so you wouldn't be attached to me.
Okay. For someone that is like yelling about, I could see you saying you wanted to have me killed and being argumentative. Why is she propping her feet up on his chair? Ignore their voices, look at the body language. Listen to her statements.
see that. You said you were unhappy before, so you're
No,
not trying to
so
act
I
like
say I'm
me
unhappy,
assuming
and that
is
means
the
I have
reason.
you plotted a kill?
No! It's me thinking about all the shitty things you say to me. Like the last time we argued, you said, I wish I hadn't saved
Look
you
no further
so you
than
wouldn't
I
be
actually
attached to
saved
me.
her life. But maybe I was actually
So, yeah, you can see his guy's his leg crossed here. She's propping up her feet on his chair. And also, why aren't you looking at her when you are having an argument with her? He's literally must face the camera. Notice he's not even looking at her this whole time when he's supposedly having an argument. He's eyes on the camera, eyes on the chat the whole time. 5 seconds in, you can tell it's fake. 5 fucking seconds in. Well, there could be a smirk, but I mean, she does have a look on her face like, she does have the smirking bitch look on her face, yes. Everything about their body language says this is totally fake. Mechanists, they don't live in Cali. They live in Texas. They don't live in California.
This is a skit.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely it is.
Saved you so you wouldn't be attached to me.
saved her life. But maybe I was actually plotting.
Yeah, so you're threatening to divorce the woman that you claimed to love so much that you
If
saved.
I was plotting, I wouldn't divorce you because then I wouldn't get anything.
You want,
make no sense.
well, you prefer a financial split, though. You want financial
Which means I
split
definitely
or
don't get anything.
divorce.
Because it's outlined.
Now he's looking
Look,
at her.
Right now, if we get a divorce and you die, your parents get your half. If we're together and you die, I get it.
So then I would never say that if I was trying to have you killed.
Right, very normal and sane couple right
Oh,
here discussing
my
about
sweet
how
fuck, this
one
is so
partner will
performative.
die and the other will get all the money. Interesting. Right, I think I speak for everybody when I say I don't think anybody should ever stream a fight like this online, to be honest. This seems really serious. It seems like Amaranth thinks her husband wants to actually
It's
kill
so
her.
performative.
And that's right after he saved her life, so I'm not sure exactly what kind of logic that actually is.
It's all performative. Because you know what? When she was going through her, quote, emotional turmoil, such as when she made the claims that her husband was abusive, or when she went through the robbery, what do you think happened to her channel after that occurred? You think maybe her viewership traffic skyrocketed after those 2 events? So they know, create conflict, traffic goes up. More, and basically with this extended version, if they have a 24-hour fight, more and more people will come in because they will want to see the drama. The fact is, people love drama. That's why mainstream news is all about drama. That's why so much online is about drama. Like some of the popular shit, like all the stuff that we've seen with Ethan and Hassan, all that drama, like drama is what exactly, Ruff. That's where I'm going. Drama makes money. They know that if they can create a shit ton of sustained drama, they will be raking in views, and thus they will be raking in money. And so that's why this is at this point, it feels all performative. It's drama forming for money.
But you'll slowly see throughout the video that they both are very crazy and kind of deserve each other, to be honest. This husband guy named Nick is definitely exploiting Amaranth as a sort of moneymaker. You will see him complain about only earning $1 million a month later. And Amaranth is just straight up psycho. Apparently she calls the cops, gets in the fetal position over an argument. It's just insane stuff. Now, apparently she cheated on him as well, and that was another cause of the argument. Amaranth's husband exposed that she allegedly gave a handy to Fresh and Fit producer Aaron Pox. No way, a Fresh and Fit producer. Ay, ay, ay.
Can we talk about you kissing?
Oh, and by the way, I'll just point out, no couple sits there and argues for 24 hours straight if they actually mean it. No couple does that. They might do something like that in fiction. That does not happen in reality. No couple will ever argue probably beyond, I'll be generous and say 3 hours. I would say. It doesn't happen otherwise. Because after that amount of time, either one party is going to go, fuck this shit, I'm out. The neighbors are going to call the police because people are screaming at each other. Or they're just going to be like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. This would not be happening for 24 fucking hours. Point blank. That's another a clue, Sherlock, that this was all fake.
Fred Bundy was ay ay ay.
Can we talk about you kissing black men while we're married?
That is not even true. Oh my god.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that one.
We can talk about that, sure.
Why are we getting the husband feet screen? Get it off his feet.
Go on, and then
You said,
you
wait.
started calling me while we were at the karaoke.
Chad? Question. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Or does it look like he's no, that's his feet. That is him. That is her hubby. Am I crazy? Or does it look like he's wearing pantyhose? Look at the skin tone of his hands compared to his legs. Does it look like he's wearing pantyhose to you? The coloration of his skin? Am I off base? Am I crazy? You think he could just be very light-skinned? I don't know. That seemed, comparatively speaking, is he really that pasty? I don't know. He could be. He could be. I don't know. Something in both the color and the way the light is hitting makes me think pantyhose.
Karaoke bar a lot.
If you could have an open relationship.
That is no.
Oh, you didn't?
You were wanting an open
No,
relationship.
did you ask that, okay, maybe I will sleep with Aaron? Did we say
No,
that?
that is
Never?
not.
You
No.
never asked that?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
No,
well,
those
I
are
didn't check
men's.
that.
I've seen
We're
men's
literally
like
not lying.
shoes like that
You
before.
gave him a job in the
I
parking
did
lot?
not.
Oh, okay.
Correct. I did
didn't
not do
drive
that.
up on you guys together, you giving him a hand job in the parking lot
Dude,
in Chinatown.
These men can't even find that would make us money of such sexual acts that you are claiming right now. Yet you're saying I would do it off stream for no
Silly.
money?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
retarded.
Oh my God! Because stars never have sex off.
Right, so about the cheating situation,
No. He just called his own wife a porn star. Did you hear that, chat? Right at the end before it cut away. He literally called his wife a porn star.
Oh my God! Because stars never have sex off.
right, so about the
He literally just called her he literally just called Amaranth the porn star. And she's an OF girl, Grumpy, but I don't think she actually does that kind of thing on OF. She probably shows her tits off, but I don't think she actually has sex in her OF. It's oof.
the cheating situation, obviously nobody really
Does
knows
she?
what happened there.
I didn't think
he
she did.
claims to have been cheated on, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Amaranth is not exactly the most moral person in the world, but I just love how crazy this relationship actually is. So this Nick guy has an OnlyFans girlfriend slash wife, right? And apparently he even encourages her to do this, right? And he pretty much like encourages her to go on dates with other guys as well. So I'm not exactly sure what
Really?
the line is in their relationship. He definitely sounds like a Buck, that's for sure. An Adam 22 type, you know, a Jack Doherty type who like pimps out their girlfriend, right? So it's plausible that Amaranth thought it would be okay to do this because if he has her just go on dates and stuff, I mean,
Basically,
it's kinda
Jack.
mixed
Yep.
messages, but maybe they have like boundaries in their relationship. What if this even is a relationship? In my opinion,
I mean, in that little argument that they were just having, they were just talking about having an open relationship. which I've said this before, the instant someone says we should have an open relationship, your relationship has flat out ended. Okay? I'll give you guys a little tip. If you are in a relationship and the other person in your relationship says, hey, do you want to try having an open relationship? That means that number one, they're already fucking someone else. If anyone in a relationship suggests, hey, would you like to have an open relationship? Number one, they're already fucking someone else. That's number one. Number two, your relationship is over. Time to say goodbye. Because them suggesting an open relationship means they're not happy with you, they're not getting what they want out of the relationship from you, and they're already finding it from someone else. They're just saying, let's have an open relationship, so now they can justify fucking that other person in the open, and they don't have to go around behind your back now. So yeah, she's already fucking other guys. If legitimately the suggestion has been made of if she legitimately suggested having an open relationship, yeah, she's already fucking other people. Off the clock.
Opinion, open relationships, not much of a relationship. Anyways, that's just my opinion. But anyways, this next part, Amaranth keeps sort of pointing the camera at Nick and putting him in frame, right? And then he gets pretty annoyed and he tries to shut off the stream or maybe move the camera or something, and that results in Amaranth calling the police on him.
That's fine.
Really?
I'm not unokay with being observed.
Okay, great.
I'm unokay with you pointing the camera.
Well, then leave. I'm not gonna follow you.
So you're literally just gonna be super defiant, is that right?
Shit. Talk about problems. Hey, what the is wrong with you, bro? Leave. You can move. You can go away.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved the camera view.
Bro?
What's up? What are you doing?
Calling the police. What?
Why?
Because you're doxing at this point. It's dangerous.
What?
Doxing?
What the
911. All call takers are
Doxing? Wait. What? Wait. Fucking wait. How the fuck did she get there? How in the fuck did she get to doxing? You're doxing. Bitch, you live in the same house. Everyone knows where you fucking live. Where are you coming up with this shit? Yeah, there's nothing hidden about anything that you do. And, like, honestly, well, here's the thing, Echo. It probably isn't false reporting because they're having a fucking domestic right now. So it would be a domestic dispute. That's not exactly a false report. If she tries to actually claim he's doxing her, which God only knows where the fuck she's coming up with this one. Like, my brain is hurting trying to figure out her logic. I need to stop. I need to stop trying to figure out her logic because she has none.
are busy at this time. Your call will be answered by the next available call taker.
All right, here we go.
Houston 911, you need medical?
God, what a slob.
Yeah, we're live streaming.
If you wanted to get off camera, why don't you just leave the place, right? But then I guess he also wants to talk to her and sort out their issues, but she won't stop streaming because it seems like he wanted her to turn the stream off, but she absolutely refused to do so. So it's just this messy couple fight that you can't really make sense of, right? And there's probably a lot of crazy shit that they both did behind the scenes that we probably don't know about.
No, Heckle, it's technically not. It's only false reporting, and thank you, baby Jeebus. It isn't false reporting if you just make a call to 911. It is false reporting if you say X, Y, or Z happened, and it was a deliberate lie that X, Y, or Z happened. That is where filing false police report would come into play. You can't be like, especially given this situation where you have supposed heightened emotions happening right here. She would not be hit for filing a false police report or for false reporting for calling 911, particularly in the context of everything that's happening right here. The police could actually say, okay, this is a highly emotional state. Maybe she called, the argument can be made that she called the police for the wrong reasons, but obviously the police were needed, but it would not be a false police report. Not in this case.
About. But anyways, here's Amaranth talking to 911 and crying on the phone.
Parents can know your position on this.
What is your problem?
Strongly enough, they have to swap.
I cannot deal with this anymore.
Can you imagine that?
All your dad
She's
would.
actually defending the guy who swatted me. I
If you
catalyzed.
hate me, just kill me, please. It would be so much easier.
Is she on 911 right now?
Deal with this
Man,
anymore.
shut you are community member
yelling at me, I
while
guess.
blood
I
runs
cannot
down.
deal with it. You won't leave. You won't shut up.
I'm
What
talking-
did I do? The cops won't help me.
I'm
No
talking
one can help me.
Oh, this is
Little
post cops.
But Tom, you just asked me to leave, and we're at the same place we would be.
I know.
It will not help.
Chief Bomb just
anything.
tipped $1.
There's nothing
Chat,
I
should
can
I ban
legally
her?
do. I'm just.
No, hey, we can figure it out, okay?
She's now talking to the person.
Joe
she
Peach just
previously
tipped
swatted
$1.
also.
Wait, she's talking to whom? I can't understand because their fucking chat is talking. Amaranth, turn off your fucking alerts.
We can figure it out, okay?
She's now talking to the person.
Joe
she
Peach
previously
just tipped
swatted
$1.
also.
I can't take it anymore.
Oh, she's talking to another police department.
They say that like betrayal makes the strangest bedfellows. Absolutely true.
Joe Peach.
Yeah, right now, the police would basically be listening to this, and they'd be if the police heard this, they'd be dispatching units on a domestic. Regardless of anything Amaranth would say to them, the dispatch would be for a domestic. Right now, that's what they'd be dispatching for. Yeah, Grumpy, I kind of wonder. Well, no, because Donut doesn't deal with like bullshit domestic disputes like this. If this turned into something like basically the police had to draw down on either of these two because either of these two pulled a weapon, then Donut would cover it. For the police just showing up to Amaranth being a blubbering, crying, whiny bitch, and her husband basically being an asshat, Donut's not going to cover that.
Just tipped $3. Motherfucker, this is Joe Peach. I'm coming for your ass.
I'm not
More
even
and
doing
hold on.
anything to you.
And one of the chat just threatened the husband.
See, we're on video. Shut up.
Yell at me some
XQC
more.
just tipped $1.
How did you get so stupid?
Oh my god, I wonder if that's the actual XQC. Do you think that's the actual XQC? Literally in the middle of this. If this is the you don't think so? Oh no, because he has small X's before and after his name, isn't it? XQC's handle has got like lowercase X's before and after this. So no, it's not him. I would laugh my ass off if it was though, because he's promoting another I don't know who Simbe is, but whoever this is promoting another person.
You mean, how did I get
Chief Bomb
upset that
just
you thought I was going to have you
$1.
murdered and you
Watch
said that
Brank
to everyone
on
on
Twitch.
I wish you would now at this
People were promoting
point.
other
It's
channels
ridiculous
during this.
What you're putting me through.
I
Like,
feel
not
like
just shut
I'm
the fuck
justified.
up.
I feel like I'm very justified in being upset that you thought I was going to have you murdered when I saved you.
Yes, she is, Carboy.
Before then. Shut up.
And I still saved you!
Last time you were mad at me, you told me you wish you hadn't saved me because then we wouldn't have this bond of me being attached to you. Because you want to divorce me. Pick what you want. You want to divorce me.
You're
Oh, and look at her simps.
Leave her alone.
Look at her
I
simps
wish,
go.
That someone else had saved you because you have this weird attachment to like
Weird
Dennis
attachment to my
Troy
husband.
just tipped $1.
Great.
Hey, Amore,
Is it,
Bro,
can you
Canito?
help me get unbanned for
It really is just XQC on Kick? Oh my god, if that actually was XQC, like shouting out another streamer, that would be fucking hilarious. Yeah, And they're having an argument, they're screaming at each other, not looking at each other. He's looking at the camera the whole fucking time. He's making sure, for someone that was getting all pissy and moany about being centered on camera, he sure is paying attention to the camera and the chat the whole fucking time. You'll notice that. They are paying attention to the camera, and they're paying attention to their chat the whole time.
Like,
That was a different time. Shout out Cal and W. Troy.
After the robbery, you dumbass.
So, how's the weather today, guys? So, I actually made sense of this somehow, right? So, apparently, one of the problems that Nick has with Amaranth is that she develops a weird attachment to people who save her. I don't know how many times she actually needed to be saved. There was definitely that one time with the robbers, but apparently after Nick saved her life, she got very attached to him, which sounds normal.
Trauma
I feel like
bonding?
if somebody saves their life, you're gonna get pretty attached to them, but maybe by attachment he means overly clingy or 24/7 wanting attention or something like that.
It's called trauma bonding. And if the claim is that that they're trauma bonded, I'm calling bullshit. I am calling bullshit on if they're claiming trauma bonding. Especially with the fact that before the robbery, she claimed he beat her. So what is it? Do you have Amaranth? Do you have battered wife syndrome because you're still with him? Or are you trauma bonded because of what happened during the robbery? You can't have it fucking both ways, sweetheart. So yeah, no, don't believe it. Do not fucking believe it.
That, right? At least that's what I'm guessing. And that is one of the things they are arguing about how she's really clingy or something like that. Anyways, I just gotta point this out, right?
Yeah, Tornado,
who
it is all
watching
fake.
this stream? I'm seeing that chat go. I know, I guess they can't all be bots, right? So I feel like you got one life, and this is how you're spending it. You're watching Amaranth. Yeah. Anybody watching the stream, you have to wear a helmet.
Venom,
at all
I
times
believe it is too.
We need to make sure your stupidity just doesn't like wirelessly transfer to anybody else, right? And people are donating as well. I mean, I guess they just love watching a train wreck. It's kind of like why people donate to Johnny Somali as well. They just like to see people melt down. Anyways, it continues to get worse.
Well, okay. Little different with Johnny Dumbass. With Johnny, they are basically puppeteering Johnny. So slightly different. They tuned into Amaranth because they just like seeing the drama unfold. They do it with Johnny because he's basically their little puppet that they can make him do all kinds of crazy shit and get in trouble. Same kind of emotion, but different methodology.
As well. They just like to see people melt down. Anyways, it continues to get worse. Amaranth sort of crawls up on the floor in a fetal position.
Oh
crying,
my god.
And Nick is trying to talk to someone over the phone, trying to fix the situation like a sort of hostage negotiation.
Saying crazy shit.
Yeah, I think you're in a loop right now, but I don't understand, Angelica. I don't understand why. Because we have been making sure she only gets at most one Vyvanse a day. I don't even think you didn't take one today. And so it's like she's just acting like she's looping, or at least I'm assuming that because the conspiracy theory thing.
Oh my fucking
it's kind
god!
Of imperceptible to tell that she's acting irregular, except that also she just doesn't kind of care about anything.
I have not slept. I have not eaten. I have hardly drank. I have water, and I'm stuck.
Well,
Can I just point out, chat, if this was real, when the cops were called the last time, if this was real, the cops would have said, one of you two is leaving for the night. I'll just point this out. The cops have already been there and gone by this point. The first time the cops showed up, if this had been real, the cops would have told them, one of you two is going and staying somewhere else tonight. They would not have allowed them to stay together like this. They would have either said, most likely him, they would have most likely told him, dude, you need to go find somewhere else to be for the night. You need to separate for at least 12 hours. So that's another big key point that you know that this is probably all bullshit.
I agree, but like we're kind of past that right now. Like I didn't want to. So hey, just for you to know the full context, Angelica. All night, I was telling her.
Eyes on the computer,
Let's turn off stream.
watching the
Let's
chat.
not do this on stream.
You started
And every time, you know, every time, I'm gonna put it on speakerphone so it's more fair. Anytime that I said that, she would grab it and refuse. And I'm like, okay. So she kept wanting to stream it.
Okay, that really
Oh my
exposes a
God.
light on the situation here, because if one person is trying to turn off the stream this entire time and one person is trying to keep it going, I don't know what that says, because clearly somebody's trying to, you know, platform this for attention or something, because like
Yep.
she doesn't want
They
to turn
both
off
are.
the stream.
Not
And
one,
then
both
she's
of them are.
cried up in the fetal position there. But then doesn't he have control of the stream right now? Why don't you just turn off the stream? Okay, now I'm confused. What the hell is going on? By the way, full-grown
A
adults.
clue,
I feel like
Sherlock.
getting into that position in front of the internet, like it curled up on the floor like a little baby, and while also streaming it for views and attention.
Why? Why would you do that to me? Dear God, why? Okay, if that person shows up in my stream, I swear to God, I might shit myself. If Amaranth Simp for Life actually shows up in my stream, I might shit myself.
You gotta be a different level of mental, right? Both of these nut jobs need to be in a mental institution. And like people are saying, you know, fake and stuff like that. And I get that, obviously. I'm definitely off that perspective as well, sometimes. But after looking at all these clips, you gotta understand that they have not slept for like days, right? This has been going on for 24 hours straight.
I don't know. Their eyes look pretty good for not sleeping. When you don't sleep for a while, I don't care how good your makeup skills are, you're gonna get bags under your eyes if you have not slept. I'm not seeing bags under these eyes. I'm not seeing fatigue. Yeah, and that was point number 2, Robin, is there's no way they're keeping up this level of energy for 24 fucking hours, even if they have little breaks. It's not happening. Yeah, but David, you probably, and I hate to say it, but if you didn't sleep for 3 days once, you probably look like shit in the end. Like these are not the faces of 2 people who have not slept in 24 hours. I'm just saying.
Not slept for like days, right? This has been going on for 24 hours straight, it seems, and like everything is streamed.
They were on stream the whole
this
VOD
level of meltdown.
for the whole VOD.
I feel like, yeah, you can certainly fake cry and lie about your husband and all that, like the stuff that happened before. But this is like, bro, they're actually, I don't know how much of this you can fake. You know, if I'm getting bamboozled, fair enough.
This is the most hilariously stupid couple on the internet. It's
Yep.
like watching my parents argue, but it's just bad acting. I dream of putting on such a comedic performance.
We'll stop her from turning off the streaming when she was next to the Well, yeah, Durhan, that's what Pegasus was saying. Well, she was curled up in a little fucking ball, and he was so hell-bent on turning the stream off, he could have just clicked, turned off the stream. He could have, but he didn't. Because it's all an act.
I don't really
So
know what
fake.
they actually gain from this, to be honest. It just seems like they're just ruining their reputation even more. Highly doubt you're going to get more subs from this or anything like that. In fact, this is probably just going to turn simps away, because I guess even simps are going to be like, holy fuck, what the hell am I watching, you know? It's kind of hard to get your knob crank into this, I suppose, unless you're a real freak, right?
Yeah, she's
But
not
anyways,
showing
let's
enough
move on to this
cleavage to
clip
keep
of
the
Nick
simps there.
saying that he's mad that they only earn $1 million a month now instead of 2.
We have a kit contract.
Oh,
we still
boy.
do OnlyFans. She does, right? The amount of money we make with both, with the exception of the last 2 months.
Hey, dude, you wanted to turn the stream off. Why are you suddenly explaining your financials? I thought you wanted to turn the stream off. Where did she go? Is she off taking a little cat nap? Well, you explained that you're, oh no, I'm only making $1 million a month.
Has always been less than what OnlyFans alone used to make in 22 and 23. 2022 and 2023 and 2021. Back then, OnlyFans often hit a monthly of $2 million. Currently, last month we did over 2. But this month and every other month under the Kick contract, Kick plus OnlyFans, I did about 1.2 to 1.3. Sometimes
cry about it.
Actually, kind of
Cry about it.
1.5. But you get what I'm saying? So if you look at it,
cry.
We made more money in 22 and 23 per month.
Keep crying, you little bitch.
Any of the months in the last 2 years.
I love how
You're not endearing yourself to a single fucking person in your stream right now. Crying about the fact that you're only making 1.5 million instead of 2 million per month. You're not making sense of anyone right now. This is the same level of energy as the guy that, when the apocalypse hit, was saying, I'm only making 2,000 a week now instead of 5,000 a week. Like, seriously, you are throwing your money in these people's faces. The very people you are dependent upon for this level of money, you're basically going, you're not being generous enough. Give me money. You're only making 1.5 million, not 2 million. What the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid pores? You're not endearing yourself to anyone.
he says we. That is absolutely hilarious. Maybe they have some sort of business contract behind the scenes where he handles some of the work. I imagine a lot of the simps that are donating to Amaranth, they need a bunch of people to reply to the simps. So I imagine this is the guy doing it, right? He's the guy chatting to the losers, donating to her OnlyFans. And while complaining about $1 million a month, that is the most fucking out of touch shit I've ever seen in my life.
I
Also,
think the other one might be a
this is
bracelet
what
or a
Amaranth
hunt.
meant by he's forcing me to do OnlyFans. Now, obviously grossly exaggerated, and she clearly wanted to do it herself as well. But it seems like this guy is this business-minded sort of guy trying to exploit her to the maximal extent, right? He's sort of like a Jack Doherty type where he's just like, oh no, but you can make so much more money, you gotta stream more, you gotta do more OnlyFans or whatever. So he's probably like nudging her in that direction, right? Because he's getting upset at $1 million a month here. Like, what, like, somebody explain to me.
Revan, to your point, I am in a position currently myself where I kind of am like doing maybe like a fraction of like with my Twitch stream. I am doing like I'm able to make like maybe a fraction of that. And you guys know I fucking cry my eyes out every time you guys are you know, do something like that for me. You guys making it possible for me to make a fraction of this has me crying my fucking eyes out every time. So yeah, like people that do make less than this, like make the fractions of what they make, are eternally grateful. These two are ungrateful asshats because thank you, Dossie. Thank you. But it kind of goes to show they're ungrateful asshats as millionaires. They are literally fucking millionaires and they're totally ungrateful to the very people that made it possible for them to be millionaires in the first place. Who told you to spoil, Dulcie? I didn't. Wait, what? Flashbacks? Oh. Yeah. Well, Bronco, the difference is these two are not actually fucking over other streamers to get that. There is a little bit of a difference.
What are they even doing with all of this money? Isn't Amaranth worth like 50 mil? Hasn't she invested in a bunch of like businesses? She owns a
Something
bunch
like
of gas
that.
stations or whatever. Just retire. Holy shit. It will never amaze me how incredibly stupid some rich people are. This just shows you that you can have pretty much all the money in the world and still be terribly unhappy because you just got different problems.
Yep.
Like maybe you're just a fucking psycho. Anyways, they continue arguing, calling each other unhinged, and they keep arguing about their dogs.
Like
No, I'm
normally,
in a sane one.
Okay. I wasn't actually going to say something, but Robo, to your question, no, I'm not going to give a dollar amount. That is inappropriate. It's inappropriate for me to give any dollar amount. What I will say is what I earn from Twitch, from you guys, has basically allowed me to live a life in a very humble apartment. And I'm able to pay all my bills and not worry about being able to pay those bills. It's that is what you guys, the graciousness and the generosity of you guys has allowed. It has allowed me to live in a humble apartment. I'm able to pay all my bills, my electric, my internet, my phone, my gas, my groceries. I can make my bills every month and not fear about like having to try and balance the expenditures in any way and still be able to like live. And if I wanted to, I could even do a little bit of extra if I still wanted to. Plus, yes, I'm also still working full time in addition to streaming. That's also another key thing. Before I stream, I'm working right now, I'm working 9 hours a day, actually 9.5 hours a day before I even stream. So, but because of you guys, I'm able to live very modestly. Like I don't have a lot of tchotchkes around. I'm not living in a giant apartment. I'm living in a decently okay apartment. And I'm able to pay all my bills, and I don't have to worry that I'm not going to be able to pay my bills right now because of you guys. So that's the kind of money I'm making from Twitch. It's nothing major. I'm not making I'm not making like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars every month on Twitch. I'm not even close to that. But I'm making enough from Twitch from you guys because of you guys that I'm able to live without fear of not being able to pay my bills. That's what I'm able to make from Twitch. And again, it is because of you. And that is always first and foremost on my mind. Is the reason I'm able to be comfortable and not have to worry about making my bills every month is because of you guys. And I've never forgotten about that. And it's always first and foremost on my mind. And I am always forever and eternally grateful for you guys being so wonderful and so it's generous as you have. It's why A, I love streaming, and B, why I try and stream as often as I can, because I want to give you guys a fun stream that you guys come to. I realize this video may be a little off with that because it's this, but I try to give back to you as best I can by giving you guys some entertainment and an escape from what could be a trying day so you can relax, maybe let off some steam with some raging, get some laughter in, have some fun, and that's why, because of you guys. So, side tangents that I just wanted to say something about before we try and conclude this. I'm going to try and speed run the rest of this and try not to pause too much.
Unhinged, and they keep arguing about their dogs.
Like, normally...
No, I'm an insane one, Nick,
No.
and you were in an insane mindset.
No, you're just... Something is mentally unhinged for you right now, because normally...
No, it's literally you! You are unhinged!
When you...
Oh my god.
Normally, when you...
Performative for the camera!
You're at least concerned for the dogs, and you're almost gleeful.
I was not concerned in this case, because one, I know that the dogs aren't in here, so there's nothing for me to be concerned, and I know that they aren't free on the outside.
Yeah, they're like on the patio, and then
either on the patio concealed.
Trumps can jump over things.
I don't have to be concerned if I didn't hear a shot go off.
Right, so they have about 7 dogs,
Oh
right?
my
And that's
God.
quite a lot to handle,
7?
right? That's like a big problem for them.
Holy
like, oh, you're
fuck.
so rich, but then you spend all your time doing dog chores. And I'm just like, why'd you get 7 dogs then? And like, why not
Why
hire
don't
people
you
to help you
fucking-
out?
Yes,
you got
there
so
we
much
go.
money.
Why
you
don't
could
you
probably
hire someone?
an entire person for each dog and have
You
tons
have
of money left
millions
over.
of
So
fucking
I don't- it's
dollars,
so
and you
stupid.
didn't
I don't
hire.
even
You
know
don't
what the
have
hell I'm
anybody
watching.
hired
What
to
an
help.
Absolute train wreck. And it obviously doesn't help that they stream everything, and then they end up having people witness this and harass them as well. Apparently, they got swatted as well, which is all around unfortunate, right? Here is a moment that started the whole 12+ hour altercation between Amaranth and her husband.
What the fuck was that? Oh, here we go again. Oh, is our life just dog chores now or what?
No. We haven't done any all day.
I know, but we gotta do like 7 in a row at night.
Why were they blurring that?
Fence right now, otherwise they would be out in their yards more because.
Why was she blurred? Does anybody know why was she blurred? Did she have her top up and her tits out or something? Like, why was her front blurred? The bra? She's wearing a t-shirt.
Fence right now, otherwise they would be out.
Maybe she's getting a little nipply. Maybe, I don't know.
Freaking shark thing. Why do you just complain? You don't have to help me if you don't want to. You can go smoke with them on your lounge.
But she
and I'll
probably.
deal with it.
I complain
She's wearing the same shirt that during your whole argument.
to make things better.
This honestly makes me happy. People with literally infinite wealth here are more miserable than the average person. Then they keep screaming at each other over the dogs shitting around the house.
You like smoking cigars actively. Why do you compare things that you can't compare? Why are you insane?
You know, we have 7 dogs. Are you honestly?
And none of them have shit in the house. Crazy, right?
They have shit all over the outside.
Yeah, that's what dogs
He's wearing the same shoes as before, David.
They have. Okay, what I'm saying is that we don't need 7 of them.
You chose to get 7. I wanted 5.
And yet you're saying I hate them. It's so weird.
Oh, for God's sake.
You hate them. You chose to do it, but you also
I
take care of
literally
them.
told you
But you hate them.
that you
but
can't
you don't like
complain
them.
about them. You agreed you wouldn't
You're
complain about them
bipolar.
if we got
I hate
7.
them. I don't
You're
like them. I
crazy.
agreed to 7
You
of them.
suggested 2 more.
No, they're
Warning
using the
to
chat to farm
everybody,
for
do
money.
not get 7 dogs. First off, you gotta be pretty flippin' rich to even consider getting 7 dogs. But wow, I've never seen people lose their minds this much over the most basic argument ever. Like, man, just get helpers. Like, apparently they've gone to
fucking
therapy and shit like
God.
that as well, but it's just not helped them. And I just can't put my finger on whether this is like genuine or not, because like, it's still being streamed to the internet, because I feel like if it ever got serious, you would immediately want to cut off the stream, right? And both of them have had opportunities to cut off the stream,
Unless
but
they
chose
wanted
not
to
So it's like,
monetize the
oh,
fuck out
man,
of the
but
drama.
They do look genuinely distressed. But anyways, Amaranth's husband actually responded to the situation and people just sort of commenting on what's going on.
Negative comments, right? Endless negative comments. It didn't affect me. Like, I've always heard streamers say, and you know, she's always told me, oh, you know, it eventually eats at you. Eventually it eats at you. Maybe that's true.
If it
We'll find
doesn't
out.
affect
But
you,
for
why
now,
are you making this
it doesn't
video,
bother me.
dude?
Like, it doesn't. Like, I can read it and smile, right?
Oh yeah,
It's not that I
you're
don't
a rock,
register it.
my guy.
It's just that, like, I don't know.
You're
like,
a
oh, wow,
rock.
there's a person in the world that doesn't like me. Like, so? Right? Like, there's probably a lot of those. It's fine.
He's
Okay?
vibrating. He's so
let them
pissed.
say their shit, you know, I don't mind that at all.
Right,
He
so
is
you're
vibrating.
totally fine, right? You're totally normal. This is a normal couple thing to do, you know, live stream a meltdown, call the police on each other,
Yep.
scream at each other. You know, she was calling you abusive and a horrible husband to the internet a while back. I don't know why you were okay with that as well, or you never defended yourself, but now you're coming on. I think you're a psycho, to be honest. I feel like any man willingly getting into a relationship with someone like Amaranth has got to be a certain level of psycho. And this is just ultimate copium to say that this doesn't bother you when you are melting down. It just sucks that he kind of looks like Glenn from Walking Dead, you know? I
Oh my God,
I
he
feel like I have a
does.
good memory with that character, you know?
Oh,
Anyways, here's what
that
people are
poor
saying. It has
actor.
to be an act. Everything Amaranth does is for attention and clout. Not
Yes.
falling for this shit again.
Yes.
They're both insane. I wonder if they have drug problems. The content
Yes.
farm is insane. At what cost? Why are we acting like this isn't scripted?
Wait,
It was quick
wait,
video
what
where
the-
you get 7 dogs and
Wait, what did? Hang on. Why is World wearing silky Sims 2 style pajamas and dress slip-ons during all this?
Cost. Why are we acting like this isn't scripted? Anyways, click this video or you get 7 dogs and an OnlyFans girlfriend who calls the cops on you while in the fetal position. And no, you don't get the $1 million a month. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Holy fuck. Yes. Rich people problems, chat. And it wasn't even a problem. Let's not fuck with this. That was not, they didn't even have problems. That was literally just drama farming. Because for that 24 hours that they streamed that shit, ad revenue, don't know, whatever the kick version of biddies are, biddies, they were farming the fuck out of that for money.